Yes, Lord, this is Anderson Paak. You listening to the Jukebox representing 805. Let's get it.
Fuck it. Bro, I ran in the studio so quick. I went straight to Alec. I was like, look, bro, this is what we doing. We gonna pop this track in right now. I haven't bought it yet, but I will buy it. We're just gonna pop it in right now, bro, because I got something on my mind right the fuck now. It's time to get rich. I said it's time to get rich. I said it's time to get rich. I'm at the Airbnb telling these hoes strip. I'm with the Bloods in the Crips. You know the Bloods in this bitch. I said it's time to get rich. I'm on a Snapchat while this hoe licking her tits. It's time to get money. This dumb nigga bought a gram for a 20. And yeah, I was bummy, but that was 3 years ago. Now who look like the dummy? Nigga, keep fucking around. While I fuck around and become the richest nigga in town. I'm just a plug with the pounds. You see that ice glisten when the sun's shining down? Nigga, what time is it? It's time to get rich.
Before we begin, I want to thank our sponsor, Rough to Fluff. For all of our Ventura County-based listeners looking to get your dog groomed, look no further than Rough to Fluff. It's a female and family-owned and run luxury dog grooming salon located in Camarillo. For more information or to book your appointment now, call 805-702-4445. That's 805-702-4445. Call now. Welcome back to the Jukebox. I'm your host, Jay Washington, and today with us we got musical artist and entrepreneur, Notdawon.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Not the one, be the one. Hey, look.
Thanks for being with us today, man.
Thank you for having me, man.
All right, so for those not too familiar with you, what can you tell us about yourself and what kind of music you make?
Okay, so a little bit about myself. I was born and raised in Portland. I grew up in a foster care system, so I was up and down the West Coast for a long time. I graduated up in Washington, got a scholarship to play football, and then kind of been on my own ever since then. Traveled a lot. I've been like everywhere, bro. I've been everywhere on the up and down across America. Places I stayed were very, very small, but very, very unique. It's about my music, man. If you haven't heard my music, you need to learn about my music, bro. That shit is, it's different. It's a little mixture between trap, Bay Area, and like the traditional West Coast. Like, I'm very, very lyrical, but I'm very, very simple at the same time. My music is very, very catchy, and it makes people feel good, but I also have songs that make me known to be very, very versatile. Like, so any type of beat I can pretty much get on and just think of a concept, and then whatever happens. You know, if I come up with something nice, I'm gonna put it out.
Yeah. Okay. So what's like some inspirations for your sound?
Really, honestly, my experiences.
Yeah.
A lot of my music, I kind of just sit there and think about my life and kind of things that I've been through, and kind of figure out ways to incorporate that along with also being a music artist. I don't just like say things and say random things just to say it. I kind of think about what to say, but at the same time, when I just go and I just know that I'm just talking about my experiences, you can tell how unique and how authentic my music comes out after it's all said and done.
That's right. Okay. And how did you first get into making music?
Oh, honestly, so I was doing beats in college for a while, and then after that, I decided to, kind of build a brand. I didn't want to do music at all, to be honest. I didn't want to rap at all. I just wanted to chill, make beats, produce, and then just be cool. But no one was rapping to my music, so I was like, fuck. No one's rapping my music. No one's getting to my beats. I'm not getting paid. Shit is going south. What the fuck? So I'm like, fuck it. I'm going to start rapping.
Yeah, that's right.
And then I started doing it for like a year and a half. Just going on and on, just trying different things, just kind of like getting to my groove, going from song here to song there. And then I didn't really care about how good I was at the moment. I just cared about the fact that I was just doing it. It was something that I can definitely continue to do while I was still trying to figure out what I wanted to do. I was still doing football, and I was still trying to figure out ways of how can I can incorporate that and incorporate music. And then it came down to the fact that I'm going to have to focus and put a lot of focus into one or the other.
Yeah.
And after football didn't work out, my manager today, he's the one who really got me into music. It was like around Christmas time. Like, I don't know. I just got cut like from doing professional indoor football. So like I was really sitting there just trying to figure out what I was gonna do. And even though it was around Christmas time, like I was still like, you know, trying to feel good, just had to kind of keep myself motivated and positive. And out of nowhere, bro, just like tosses me a mic. I'm like, the fuck? The fuck it is? He was like, bro, I feel like you should be rapping. Like, you should really like try to take this shit seriously, and I'm gonna try to help you take the first step. So this is your Christmas gift. And I was like, damn, all right, bet. It's just still like I'm still juiced at like my fuck got me on mic. So I was like, bet.
That's a good friend right there.
Oh yeah. So I was just like, bet, I'm gonna take it and run with it. I'm gonna take the next year and a half, and I'm just gonna just be like, fuck it, I'm gonna go full blown on it, and I'm just gonna get tapped into the music and tapped into the brand. And so slowly but surely, I set up my mic, and like a week before Christmas, I dropped. Not even dropped. I made "Think I Give a Fuck" right in the living room. Like, I didn't go to no studio. I just had my mic. I did the laptop. I just mixed and mastered on myself. It sounded shitty, but it was just good enough quality for it to sound good. You feel me? Yeah. So after I made "Think I Give a Fuck," I knew right then and there. I was like, oh yeah, this is something I could do seriously. So from then on, I just it didn't matter what I was doing. Like, I had to incorporate music at some point in time. And then slowly but surely, I took the mindset of football and gravitated everything that I learned and all my knowledge and what to do and how to be disciplined and gravitated that towards music. And then slowly but surely, I started taking off. Like, after a few good songs, like, people started to take a little bit of notice. They was still kind of hesitant on what I was, like, if I was serious or not. But after song after song after song, month after month of me saying, hey, I got another song, eventually people started taking me a little bit serious. And then
took off from there?
No, it didn't start taking off till I dropped Time to Get Rich.
It's time to get rich.
I ain't gonna cap, bro.
Yeah, I think I had heard that one like in a sponsor or something. Did you throw an ad for that or something? Like, I don't know where I heard that, but I came by it. I was like, oh, this is what's up. Yeah.
So Time to Get Rich was the one song that I was like, bro, I think I got something. You feel me? So I'm gonna tell you a story. Like, we was literally at the Airbnb. It was for my manager's birthday, bro. And we was just said, fuck it, we would have a good time. Now, me and him are both Aquariuses, so, like, sometimes we incorporate our birthdays together. Like, I'll have something cool, and then this nigga would be like, I'm doing something extravagant. You're coming through. You're going to be there. I'm like, all right, bet. Can we incorporate this? Can we do this? Can I be a music video? He goes, duh, nigga, come on. And I'm like, all right, bet.
Yeah.
So, like, we had the whole thing set up, and it was the one event that, like, everything just went so smooth. At least for me. I don't know about anybody else. But for me, it went all the way smooth. Like, we had an Airbnb. We had, like 13 bottles, 14 bottles. And, like, we had, like, 1, 2, 3, I think 4 strippers that already paid off, ready to come through. Yep. I got like $2,000. He got like $2,000. Like, other people was coming, they had like at least 100. So everyone was like ready to throw money, just have a good time. You feel me?
Yeah.
And I was like, we just had a great night. Then the next morning came, and I was already scheduled to go to the studio, and I had this song already wrapped in my head. I had it written down. I had everything to go.
Time to Get Rich.
No.
Oh, another one.
No, this was a completely different song, bro.
Yeah.
Time to Get Rich wasn't even thought in my mind at the moment. Yeah. I'm sitting here rapping to this song that I'm trying to do, right? And keep in mind, it's a YouTube beat. So what I usually do is I wait until I get to the studio, then buy the beat or lease the beat, and then give it straight to old boy Alec, and then we rolling. So I'm sitting here, and I feel like it was like 7 o'clock. I finally go to the studio. I'm just practicing my lyrics. I get to the studio, bruh. I got, 15 minutes before my session starts. I look down to go buy this beat. Nigga, this shit says sold.
Oh, man.
I said, what the fuck? And niggas, I do a lot of research for rapping and like trying to be a music artist and shit. So I've known about this. You feel me? This has happened to people where you go try to buy the beat and it's already sold because somebody else bought the beat. Yeah. And there's nothing, and I mean nothing you can do about it. It's just, it's sold, bro. Out of order. Stock closed. You feel me? It's a wrap. I'm out.
Damn.
So I'm like, bro, I don't know what the fuck to do. Like, I'm sitting here panicking at this point because I've never been in this situation, but it's not my time. I guess do or die. What you got to do? You got studio time that you know you got to pay for, or you got to pay this nigga a late fee, and I'm not doing that. I'm not wasting time. So I was like, fuck it. I'm going to just go try to find another beat. Literally the very next beat, bruh. I don't know how I found this beat, but it literally popped up, and it was just some random ass producer. Didn't even have very many likes, views, or anything. And I just said, fuck it. I started listening to that shit, and I'm like, oh, fuck. Okay, bet. I was like, I can rock with this. You feel me? I was like, I just rock with this. I was like, fuck it. It's time to get rich. And I said, it's time to get rich. Yeah. All right, fuck it. Bro, I ran in the studio so quick. I went straight to Alec. I was like, look, bro, this is what we doing. We going to pop this track in right now. I haven't bought it yet, but I will buy it. We're just going to pop it in right now, bro, because I got something on my mind right the fuck now. I'm going to freestyle. We're going to piece this shit together. I'm going to talk about exactly what the fuck I did last night because I had this shit stuck in my head. So download this beat. I'm going to get in the studio, and we're going to just rock and piece this together. Does that sound like a bad idea? And bro goes, no, let's do it. I was like, all right, bet. So he gave me the energy. He gave me the confirmation. I went in the studio, bro. 2 hours later, we're listening to Time to Get Rich. And I'm like, bro, I think I really just made the one, bro.
Yeah.
I feel like I really just made the one, bro. This shit might really go. Like, it's so catchy. The lyrics is perfect. Everything is perfect. The beat, my tone, just the way I came, the way I delivered. We need to do this shit the right way. So I had everybody who knew anybody, bro. You gotta share this with somebody. But then after that, I was like, okay, we gotta get more strategic than that. Like, we gotta get certain people who are actually known in the city, certain people who are actually doing something. Because if this song is hot to them, it's gonna be hot to everybody else. Right. So we started like just researching and collecting our ideas and just like adding our networks together. And all of a sudden, Time to Get Rich was almost to the point where it was kindling, but like it still has that chance to just get over the top and get to that mainstream point where it could be heard everywhere. Right. So we just got to work, and so far so good. Like, if you go around the city now, like, there's certain people you can go talk to around the city, and they're like, yeah, I'd heard that song. Yeah, I know that song. Just like you said, you heard that in the ad, bro. Yeah. I didn't even know you heard that ad, so I'm like, where my money at? Like, wait, really own it. I really own it. And that's the thing, too. It's not no lease. It's an exclusive beat, too, so I really own it. Okay. So, like, I could really distribute. Yeah, I could distribute it anywhere. Like, I'm really on some, like, I'm really trying to do this shit. You feel me? Like, to the point I'm trying to even own my shit, too. Yeah. There's some shit that's leased, but for most of the part, I leased it until I had enough bread to start owning stuff. And then when I figured out how to own it, certain songs and certain things, like, yeah, that's all exclusive, all mine. I'm getting all the bread, and I can do whatever I want with it.
That's right. That's how you got to move, man.
Exactly.
And where did the name come from?
Oh, it's a funny story. I tell this shit.
Okay. All right.
So I was in college, right? Making beats, and it was literally Halloween. Me and my nigga Baltimore, we was just chilling, you feel me? Like, me and him were, I can't really say this. I was really known for, just like, I wouldn't necessarily say being the player type, but like, I had one of the most, if not the most, females coming through that dorm. So when I heard females coming through the dorm hallway, I was like, wait a minute, something's going on. Like, I gotta go check this shit out. So I went to check this shit out, and this one random girl, bruh, like, I thought she was cute. I'm not gonna cap. So I went up to her and said, hi, what's up? What's good? My name is Jordan. She said hi, but she called me Notdawon. She was so drunk, she called me another nigga's name. And I was just like,
yeah, I'm not.
See,
got it.
You feel me?
Right.
Yeah, so I'm like, fuck it, you feel me? I'm just gonna run with it. So, like, I was talking to her, we kept taking shots, but every shot we kept taking, I kept kind of getting more madder and madder because I was like, bro, you're not calling me by my name. And finally, I took the one shot that just got me turned up, bro. And she called me the one. I was like, bitch, I don't know who you got me confused with, but I'm really not the one. I'm really not that nigga. I don't know who the fuck you got me confused with. But then in the back of my mind, I was like, yo, that shit stuck. That shit kind of catchy. Yeah. I'm looking around, everybody's like laughing and shit. I'm like, let me try this one more time. You feel me? So the next day, I was with my niggas, we was blowing, we was smoking, and I did this shit, the same shit again. And got the same reaction. Niggas was laughing, niggas was joking. Now keep in mind, I'm making beats. This is before I started like taking a brand serious. So I was just like, you know what? If I ever like become a rapper, or if I ever do this like music shit, cause you see me doing beats, bro. But if I really ever do this shit, I'm gonna call myself Notdawon, and this is how I'm gonna spell it: Notdawon.
Yeah.
And I know exactly what I'm gonna do with it. I'm gonna build a whole brand off it. And niggas was supportive. They was like, yeah, you should do that shit. Yeah, that sounds dope. It sounds catchy. All this, blah, blah, that. So when I made the move from college to California, I was on my way to LA, but somehow, some way, by the grace of God, I ended up in Oxnard. And that's when my brand started taking off. Like literally from the moment I got down to Oxnard, my brand started. That's when Not the One really became the one.
Took off. Yeah, that's what's up. I looked at the name and I was like, that's funny. So it's a thing, bro. Like I fuck with it. All right, so we're gonna take a quick break, but after the break, we'll get more into your future projects and what you got coming up. All right?
That's a bet.
All right.
You think I give a fuck about a bitch? You think I give a fuck about a bitch? You think I give a fuck about a bitch? You think I give a fuck about a bitch? You already know the 29 You think I give a fuck about a bitch? Especially a broke one. I don't give a fuck, it could be broke on my own, hun. Insecurities, you better save it for that, nigga. And when she done, you can come have her back, nigga. Getting to the money in the plug with the packs. You ain't tryna smoke wood, I ain't trying to match. I ain't chasing no hoes, I be chasing a little chicken. If you think I give a fuck about you, then you must be drunk about a bitch. You think I give a fuck about a bitch?
Welcome back to the Jukebox. With us again is musical artist and entrepreneur Notdawon.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And before the break, you were kind of telling us that you have some future music coming out. What can you tell us about that?
Yeah, so I got a little project that I'm doing right now. It's called Notdawon Presents Plug Music Volume 1, and it's how it's called Time to Get Rich. What it is basically a collection of some of my songs that, how do I say? It's basically like my own version of like greatest hits, but it's more of a collection of all my songs that I done, that plus the songs that I'm doing right now that I haven't released. And it gives my fans a chance to actually hear me for the first time, a whole catalog of music. They'll be able to go through like basically like an album from start to finish, and they can be able to critique me just like every other artist. A lot of my fans, they be hearing some of my singles and they be like, I've never heard this one before. And I'm like, good Lord, I set this one out like a year and a half ago. So I just thought of a great idea to just finally put all of my best songs that I put out, plus some of my best songs that I'm putting out right now, because every song that I've been dropping has been getting better and better and better and better. And I feel like with the like 5 or 6 songs that I do have that I'm gonna release, plus the mixture of all my songs that I do have that were really good, putting them all together, you'll be able to find out how and who Notdawon really is, and how
that's right,
pretty much I operate, and you know how my music is.
Okay, yeah, that's a great idea, man. If people are looking for songs that you have out right now, where can they find them?
Oh, you can find them everywhere, man. I'm on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, any platform that you do have as far as music.
Okay, so during your time making music, you told us how you got started and everything. What are some of your biggest successes and some of your biggest failures so far?
Some of my biggest successes was, oh my, wow. Actually, just from my first song to now, that's some of my biggest success, because just like anyone, like I was talented, but like I had a long way to go. Like every song that I did before I actually got the reaction that I wanted, yeah, I had to get better because niggas wasn't fucking with it at all.
Yeah.
Niggas was not fucking with my music.
Yeah.
Just like how my beats were, niggas weren't fucking with it.
Yeah.
So it got to the point I was just like, I gotta kind of swallow this with a little grain of salt and just continue to go. It's just like how if I would play football or something, and I'm not good at a position or I'm not particularly good at a certain skill set, I gotta continue to practice and work every day towards that.
Right.
And so I got into the mindset of fuck it. This is what I'm not good at. This is why I need to get better. So I started flipping the questions. I started asking questions myself. Going to my fans and going to my closest people surrounded by me was like, what do you think about this? What can I do better? Anything you do like? And then slowly but surely, instead of telling me I suck and I have no bars, they started telling me, you should do this, this, and that. Yeah. Oh, you should try doing this, this, and that. Oh, I want to hear this, this, and that. So I'm like, okay, let me try it. So the next song, I literally would do it with each person in my group. And then the next song, I would literally come back to them and they'd be like, yeah, this is exactly what I was talking about. I was like, okay, bet. I'm going to have this style in my arsenal. I'm going to have that style in my arsenal. And then it got to the point where instead of going to them, I started asking myself, okay, what can I do? Can I do this? Can I do that? And just going from just thinking each song is going to be a hit to now knowing how to strategize and how to organize a hit, how to make sure my lyrics not only sound good, but it means something or catchy, or you feel me? It just kind of has a strategy towards it. Yeah. Plus, when I just say, okay, I'm just gonna get up and go. Now's the day to go. Like, it's going in the studio. Like, now's the time I can have fun. Going to a performance. Now's the time I can have fun. When I'm able to just go, it's because I was prepared and I prepared myself and I strategized the right way and I knew what I was going to do.
Okay. Yeah, man. Sounds like you're moving about it right. Are there any artists you want to work with?
Bruh, any artist and every artist. You feel me right now? I'm really, that's the funny part. Like, a lot of people think that, like, I'm some big top artist. But right now, like, it's just the way that I presented myself. Because
that's what I'm saying. You present yourself that way. Yeah.
Because that's what I eventually am getting to that point. Like, it's going to start to become, like, a real reality. Because right now, like, everyone perceives me to be bigger than I am. But at the same time, the way how I am humble and the way I carry myself to be, like, the person that I am, it's just a matter of time. Yeah. Like, it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. It's a matter of making the right connection with meeting the right people at the right place at the right time. Because I've been prepared. Like, I done put in the work. And now I'm just continuing to do what I need to do until that time happens, because I'm already prepared, like, for that moment to happen. Once that moment happens, then I got to go back to square one, just like if I was like I was trash again. Like, I got to start over, like, and continue to build off that towards the next step.
That's what's up, man. Let's see. Do you have any current favorite songs right now?
Hands down, my two favorite songs, like, just my favorite songs. Yeah. Think I Give a Fuck. It's got to be, like, number one. Okay. Just because of the fact that was my first song. Literally, everyone didn't want to say it. They will deny it to this day. They was fucking with it, but they was trying so hard not to fuck with it, bruh. Yeah. They was trying so hard to the point it was to the point I doubted myself. And then when I started just low key just peeping back, right, and just day by day, I just saw niggas, and just every time I played, niggas was nodding their head, and then out of nowhere, niggas was like, just rapping to it inside their head. I was just like, you know what? These niggas is capping. These niggas really fucking with my shit. These niggas really like that shit. Yeah. It just gotta grow on them. It just gotta be promoted. You feel me? I just gotta keep getting them hard with it. So I just kept hitting them harder and harder and harder. And then that's when I knew. I was like, yeah. It's just gonna take time. But, like, this one's gonna be gonna hit. Yeah. This one's gonna be my one that blows up after everything else. My second favorite one, hands down, Time to Get Rich. Because low key, that was my first song I really went in like I was Jay-Z, you feel me? Like, I really sat in the studio, I was just thinking, came up with the lyrics, wrote those lyrics down. Not even wrote those lyrics down. I said those lyrics, kept it pushing. And I really at that moment felt like, dang, I just unlocked something that I really wanted, but actually had to work towards to. But now that I was pressured into it and I did it, bruh, I unlocked a whole different catalog of music I can run through and a whole different mindset and how I can get, and now instead of thinking about a song, I can just now go in, listen to a beat, come up with a concept in my head, put it down, write it down, get it mixed and mastered, and all in the matter of time, walk out with a song.
Yeah. You got your formula down.
Yes.
That's right. Okay, so name those 2 songs again?
So it'd be Think I Give a Fuck and Time to Get Rich.
You got a fucking Time to Get Rich. That's right. Okay. All right. Let's see. You want to give some shout outs to anybody that's helped you along the way?
First of all, shout out to everybody who came across my path to help me out. First and foremost, I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for everybody who came across my path and tried to help me. Now, specifically, I got to give a shout out to my homie Vina. Like, gotta give a shout out to him. Gotta give a shout out to my homie Coria. Gotta give a shout out to Jael. Gotta give a shout out to all my other niggas, bro. Like, and they know who they are. Like, everybody who was talking about this from day one, from 11 years ago, 10 years ago, all the way down to today. Like, you already know, like, I built this thing for us, not just for me. You feel me? I did it for myself, but I was never by myself. Like, everyone has a part of this, and they gonna see how. And then I gotta give a shout out, definitely a shout out to my producer Alec, like my engineer Alec. Like, if it wasn't for him, like, bro, none of this music would turn out as good as it really does, because I would be doing it myself, not gonna lie. And that shit was not, that was too much work. He's taking so much burden off of me, bro. Like, and then just like at the end of the day too, I just gotta, just really sit there and just be appreciative of like everything that I gotten blessed to do and all the opportunities that I have gotten so far to be able to continue to be able to network and be able to grind like how I do. You feel me? Like,
yes, sir.
Whew.
Yes, sir.
Also gotta give a shout out to Devin. Gotta give a shout out to D-Fo. Gotta give a shout out to KJ. Gotta give a shout out to. I gotta give a shout out to everybody. Like, they know there's too many people I can't give a shout out to, bro.
Yeah. That means you're surrounded by love, man.
Yes, and it's the whole city too. That's the beautiful thing, bro. It's the whole city. Like I'm one of those people who really, like, it didn't matter where you came from, it didn't matter what you was doing, didn't matter how I met you, like there's a way that me and you have rocked, or me and you have like done something, or me and you have connected, you feel me? And like through this music that I'm doing, like it's like my version of way of giving back, like especially to the community.
That's what's up, man. All right, so before we go, can you just give some advice, maybe from your ups and downs or whatever you've been through, trying to get to where you are as an artist, to people that are coming up right now?
You're going to have to be the one. And what I mean by that is a lot of these times you're going to have to be the first. Before you even get your team around, you got to make sure you got the me around. And what I mean by that is you got to be ready and prepared to do this by yourself before you even got the people around you. It's going to take a grind, but ultimately no one's going to want it more than you. No one's going to want to be there more than you. No one's going to work harder than you for your business or your entrepreneurship or your music. So you got to be the one to step up. Now, with that being said, after you get there, you feel me, you got to build yourself a solid, and I mean solid team. A lot of people that you can take their advice as your own. You got to have that, because at the end of the day, shit gets hard, bro. It's not easy. Just like anything you want to do, it's really not easy. You're going to have to put in a lot of work, a lot of time, and a lot of sweat, a lot of tears. But at the end of the day, once you do that, bro, you just got to continue. You're going to get to a certain point where it's going to get easy. And easy doesn't necessarily mean comfortable. You're going to get to a point where, like he said, the formula that you developed is going to be easy. You're going to be able to produce stuff and get stuff done at a very, very fast level. However, you're going to have to learn how to multiply with that, how to maximize your opportunity, how to build and grow and build with more people. You're going to have to learn people's lifestyles. You're going to have to learn people's personalities, because when you are the one that's on top and you're the one who's basically owning shit and you're the one who's running shit, you're going to have to run with a certain type of responsibility. And you're going to have to run with a certain type of character and a certain type of presence, because you're going to be looked at as someone who's more than just someone. You're going to be looked at as like a celebrity, or as like one of the social media influencers, or as a figure who's going to be an influence to the world. So you're going to have to learn to carry yourself in a certain way. And every day that counts. So you're going to have to continue to learn, and you're going to have to continue to grow. So never stop.
For those looking to check out Notdawon, you can find him on all streaming platforms.
All at Notdawon.
All right. Notdawon, thanks for being with us today, man.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
It's time to get rich.